Hey everybody, how we doing? I wanted to make a video and kind of reach out to, a community broader than, I wanted to ask as many people as I possibly could about this situation that I'm going through and get feedback on everybody, or get feedback from everybody. Mostly because I think that I'm probably coming at this from like a biased point of view. And I think it's important to, if I'm going to stay grounded and be reasonable, reach out and see what other people think about something. So there's this company called Epidemic Sound. And Epidemic Sound has been really good for me as a content creator because it allows me to get all kinds of different music or sound effects or whatever for the projects that that I'm doing. And while I don't have a whole lot of projects as of late on the Drumblanket channel so much, that, our production and, you might be surprised that I even use Epidemic Sound or whatever, because I haven't been busy on this channel, but I have another channel called Ghost Quest. And on that channel, I put together a 4-part documentary, a mini series on another channel called The Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. And it was a lot of fun putting that documentary together, a lot of ups and downs. Anyway, it took me a lot of time to put it together. 4 years, it took me to put that thing together. And I used Epidemic Sound, the music from their website, to score the documentary with. And I found, your music can either make or break your video, Now, what's happened is my documentary got picked up by a distribution company. And they're not a big, huge distribution company or anything. I mean, like the biggest names in their movies there is a movie that is Chuck Norris and Vanilla Ice, and this company is distributing that movie. Okay. They don't really have a whole lot in their library, but it's a distribution company nonetheless. And what I really wanted was I wanted to get my documentary on Amazon Prime, because I would see that there were other people out there that were doing that. And I was like, I think I could make something that's good enough to get on there. So anyway, it's happening, right? There's a distribution company that picked it up, and they wanted the licensing for the music. And I was like, okay, well, so I just, I reached out to Epidemic Sound and told them what was going on. Hey, I'm a small-time, super low-budget filmmaker here. I've made this documentary. This distribution company picked it up. I think I used maybe 20 songs or so. And I don't even think I used that many, to be honest with you. But it was like, maybe 20 or so songs. And they were like, okay, well, in this case, what we'll do is it would be best for you to join our enterprise package, which starts at $1,000 a month. And I'm like, that is absolutely not possible. As I said, this is a small budget, Is there something else that we can do? Is there an agreement we can come to? Maybe I can give you a percentage, of what the documentary makes. Oh, no, that's not possible. We can't do that. But we want to ensure that our artists are paid what they're worth. Now, being a musician myself, that's really where I found my sense of self when I was much younger. I totally and wholeheartedly agree with giving the artists what they're worth. I also owned a record label that was also a royalty-free thing, and we were specifically and strictly paid only through Spotify. And my whole thing was that I was going to give the artists that were involved 50%, So like I totally am on board with paying musicians what they're owed. My problem lies in that, okay, I'm paying $14.99 a month or something along those lines for one channel for this music. It's the same music that you now want to charge me $1,000 a month for. And not only that, other people can use that music in their projects or their content, right? So it's not exclusive to my documentary. Now, I wasn't worried about that necessarily at first. I wasn't worried about the exclusive part of it. But, you know, if you're talking $1,000 a month, I just... So I guess really where I'm at is, you know, Epidemic Sound is still great for, you know, I would say the average content creator, right? Somebody who's not trying to get their stuff past YouTube, you know. But I kind of wonder, am I in the wrong? Am I looking at this all wrong? And you know, was I wrong in offer? Because I really felt like there was that we could have come to some sort of agreement, you know. And I mean, no, I'm not saying my documentary's gonna blow up. I mean, how the hell would I know that would, you know, I don't believe that that's gonna happen, but it could, right? I mean, anything's possible. And how would those artists feel that would have been on the documentary? Like, how do they feel about it, you know? Like, what if, you know, what if the royalties from this thing ended up being worth it, you know? They ended up getting more out of it in the long run. Or what if, you know, what if my percentage or whatever that I was willing to pay them ended up being more than $1,000 a month for Epidemics? I mean, there's all kinds of different variables here. I don't know. I feel conflicted about it. I'm not going to stop using Epidemic Sound, but I definitely know that I can't use them in the future for any of my, like, anything that I plan on putting outside of YouTube. And I think the part that burns my ass the most, it's like, okay, you know, like I said, you want to charge me $1,000 a month for the same music that I'm paying $14.99 a month for. And also, it's not exclusive to my documentary. Anybody can use that music. That's like my main, I think, issue here. Am I wrong? Am I looking at this in a completely biased way, or am I making any kind of sense? Am I making valid points? What do we think? What do you think about Epidemic Sound? I'm sure some of you out there use it. Let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know how you feel about it. And I'll see you next time, hopefully. If you enjoyed the video, you know, you can subscribe, do the likes, do all that stuff. If it's something that you want to do, I would appreciate it. Definitely. It helps me out a lot. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.